In this video we see the power board for s34 Knight Rider replica by ideegeniali. Let's start from the overlay. This is plastic overlay by Knight Rider World. They also sell aluminium overlay. This perfectly matches ideegeniali's electronics. To mount them, please use spacers like this. This is nylon spacer. It's 8 millimeters height, and obviously screws. This is M3 by 6 millimeters. What people don't use but should use are washers. Use washers everywhere. I mean, you have screw, then a washer on top of the screw, then the PCB, another washer, the spacer, then you have another washer, overlay, another washer, and the other screw. We have 4 mounting holes. So let's do this 4 times. Don't overdo the screws now, you'll tighten them later. So say with me and repeat. Screw, washer, printed circuit board, washer again, spacer, then washer, overlay, washer, screw. And the last one. So let's put a washer on the spacer, then the overlay, the screw with another washer, so we have nice washers everywhere, the 2 screws and the spacer. Screw with washer. And last one. Before tightening the screws, you can align it by sliding like this. and there it goes. Now you can tighten your screws and it won't move. All connections are on screw terminals. They are marked on screen printing. First two are power supply, it says plus 12V and GND, which is positive and negative supply input. Then it's marked COM, and we don't use that. And then we have PWR, we don't use that either. And then we have NAP, which stands for normal, auto and pursuit. These are to connect to the s34 voice box. So let's power this up. So you have just power supply and 3 outputs to the voice box for the auto, normal and pursuit functionality if you want it. This is ground reference marked ZND or negative supply input, and this is positive supply input. The board is for 12 volts DC. It works also at 13.8 volts. Let's power it up. We have 2 random light plays here. They go up and down at random. We have this yellow LEDs always lit, and it's on normal. You see normal is switched on, and it also says normal, auto and pursuit here. These are red when off and green when on. It's green on normal. If it was on auto it would show on here. It was on pursuit, it would show on here. Now these are lights, just lights, and in the TV show the actor would touch the light and somebody else would toggle a switch elsewhere. Here I think it's a world first. On ideegeniali's board you touch and it switches from normal to auto to pursuit, and this one follows pursuit. The third lights up, auto here. This is black magic, of course, we always use black magic in our boards. When you touch the light, it senses your finger and it switches function, and it will also switch function on the voice box. For the power key, just goes on, one press, off, one more press, and the PWR outputs is switched to GND when it's on. It's not capable of high amps output, but it can switch on a relay. Here you have, it says VDC on the overlay, and it is a working voltmeter. If I change power supply, I go down and up, down, up. So at 12 volts is here, between this yellow and the first green, which is good. It's a good battery. When it's just red, it's low voltage, like this. We are at 10 volts. If you have nothing, you are below 10 volts, it's critically low voltage. When the engine is on, it will go like this, 13.8. If you have all lit, it's over voltage because you are going to 13 or 15 volts. So this is battery good, battery weak, under voltage, engine on, over voltage. I mean, we have only 5 segments. You have a better voltmeter on the other board. And this one, what is it? It's blipping. It's a clock. And you see, it's on time. I have my PC here. It says 20:50, my clock. I set this to the clock like 2 weeks ago, and it retains time very good. It switched to 20.51. In fact, a minute passed by. It's in sync to the second, so it retains time very well because it has a real-time clock chip with a clock crystal here and a battery. We could use rechargeable battery, but it's not a good idea because rechargeable batteries just last 3 or 4 years and then need replacement. We use CR2032 cell to retain time when power is off, and it will last 5 or 10 years. I'm not sure. Somebody says 10 years, others say 5. We will see. And it's more life operation than a rechargeable battery. This is lithium, and it lasts a lot because the clock chip consumes tiny amounts of energy. To adjust clock, you just hold down power, and then auto will change hour and pursuit will change minute, like this. Now we go back to 20. Hold power and click on auto. The same goes for the minute. Hold power, hit pursuit, and it will change minute. And that's it. While you are not hitting power, this will just change for normal auto pursuit operations. And it is, if you connect the 3 wires and AP to the voice box, it will also show power normal auto pursuit on the voice box. Thanks for watching.